Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric, and today we're going to talk about a game that I first missed out on when it originally came out. This is Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. This was just recently re-released for the Nintendo Switch and also, I believe, on the PlayStation 4. So, it was very interesting. This game first came out in 2003, almost 20 years ago. This is almost a 20-year game. It's like, what, 17 years ago that it came out. That's when I graduated high school. So, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy is a game where you play as a new Jedi recruit who joins Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy to train and become a Jedi. Now, the game is split into two different main modes. There's a solo player mode and a multiplayer mode. We're going to talk about the solo player mode real quick. It has you actually in a campaign story where you start from the ground up. First, you start with the training at the Jedi Academy. You learn the basics and stuff. Your character has the ability to do certain force maneuvers such as speed, force push, force pull, force heal, force absorb, and as you progress throughout the game, your character gets more powerful. You can use certain power points and stuff to upgrade your character. So there is small RPG elements in regards to how your character can become more powerful as you progress through the game. In addition to that, you have a variety of different weapons that you can command. The game does place a more heavier emphasis on lightsaber combat. Of course, there's a regular lightsaber, and then you can dual wield it, where you have a lightsaber in each hand, and then you could even have a two-handed lightsaber, kind of like what Darth Maul has. These lightsabers are often able to be customized. You could change the hilt, you could change the color, you could even change your lightsaber stance. Depending on what stance you have and what lightsaber you're using, it gives you some kind of like pros and cons. So there's like medium stance, there's a fast stance that allows you to attack quicker and stuff. There's so it's very customizable as far as how your character's combat mechanics work, depending on how or what kind of lightsaber usage you're going to be having, which is kind of neat. You could use a gold lightsaber in this game, so 17 years before Rey used the gold lightsaber, no spoilers on Rise of Skywalker, you were able to make characters to add that, so that was cool. And then of course you can have different types of blasters and stuff. There's even like a Wookiee blaster that you can use. So when you use the blasters, the game becomes more of a first-person view type of game, but it's majorly a third-person view where it's kind of like zoomed out. Now, since this is a game from 2003, you're going to see a lot of quirks and glitches and types of like graphics and stuff from 2003. This game is pretty much intact from what it originally was. It's not exactly remastered or any kind of like updated graphics or anything like that. So you're going to see really outdated early 2000s graphics here. So that might turn off a lot of people, but that might also give a lot of people some nostalgia for that era, you know, like the early Xbox era and PC gaming and stuff like that. As far as I know, this game is pretty beloved from majority of people that played it in the past. Again, just as I was saying, I missed out on it when it first originally came out, but there are nods to the series and stuff in this game, even though you are playing an original character that you can customize, change. Well, it's not exactly that customized. Basically, you just change the way the head, the torso, and the legs look. There's not much in way of like super duper customization. Like you can't change like the eyebrows and the way the eyes look and stuff like that. It's real basic as far as that goes. But what's real nice about this is you interact with different Star Wars characters throughout the franchises, you know, like Luke Skywalker, for example, and it's kind of a neat little story that I've never really gone into. I'm not even sure if this game is considered canon anymore, but it's cool that they're actually bringing out these games back. They also just confirmed, as of this video, Episode 1 Racer will be having a return, a re-release. But yeah, anyways, the campaign has you going through training missions, and then shortly after that you have to go through at least 4 missions out of 5 possible ones that have you going to different locations, like Corellia, which is where Han Solo's from. You go to Tatooine, you can go to different environments, even Hooft, and then it opens up like a less linear, because there's a linear story campaign that has you kind of paying attention to what's going on in the story. You'll find out that the Empire, like stormtroopers and stuff, are up to a secret plan. But then there's also some less linear missions that you can do that you can choose from and stuff. And you know, the missions for the most part, the maps that they're on and everything do feel outdated, but it's not a bad thing because this game, I feel, has aged well for what it was. Remember, this came out in 2003, so you're gonna see a lot of huge, like, empty walkways and like weird looking rock formations, and the enemies and stuff kind of like pop in from fog. Like, a lot of the backgrounds and details aren't as advanced as what we got used to within recent years, but it's not bad by any means. I didn't really notice any kind of like real bad things with this game that made it kind of like a turn off or feel outdated. It felt really great. It controls fine, runs great on the Nintendo Switch. I haven't tried it on the newer platforms that it was also re-released on, but for what it is, awesome, a lot of good fun. Now, the multiplayer aspect is what I was the most interested in, but unfortunately I feel the most disappointed in right now. I don't know if it's because there's not much of a community on the Nintendo Switch for this game right now, or maybe because I was playing late at night, but there is a handful of multiplayer games that you can play, like a capture the flag mode, there's a siege mode, there's a duel mode, there's like a team free-for-all. There's about like 5 or 6 different modes that you can pick from. You can actually choose from actual Star Wars characters to play as, like Lando and Luke Skywalker, and then there's like a variety of different characters that you can pick to play as in there, and then you can even use your customized character in these things. And these bouts, honestly, really just felt like I was running around hacking and slashing everybody with a lightsaber. There was no real tact in it, and often at times I felt like everybody that I was playing against was overpowered or something like that. I just, as of today, read that there was an accidental cross-platform gameplay that was not supposed to happen, where PC gamers were actually able to play with Switch owners. So there's like an unfair advantage. I guess maybe the PC people that were coming over to play against console owners had a certain advantage over that. I have no idea. I actually just read it in an article, so if you want to go look that up, I'm sure that will be patched out pretty soon if they didn't mean to have cross-platform multiplayer added to this game or whatever. But I really expected a little bit more of that. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of an MMO type of game, because I completely, again, never played it, never really looked up anything about it. I didn't have an Xbox original when I was growing up, nor did I PC game. So this was my first taste of Jedi Knight Academy. The multiplayer is okay, I guess. I would like to see more of a community though on it. But honestly, I preferred playing the single player experience. In my opinion, the single player experience felt a little bit more fleshed out and was something that I really enjoyed, just because it had an interesting story, an interesting premise. You know, your character develops, you develop skills, you develop different types of stuff that you can customize your lightsabers with. You get to see different planets that you might not have seen in the Star Wars universe and stuff like that. And I feel at this day and age, the multiplayer of this game set in 2020 when it was in 2003 is just pretty bare bones. I didn't see way of anything that feels like it is a modern day multiplayer game, but you can't expect that with a game that was made in 2003. I just felt that it wasn't fleshed out enough because I've heard so much praise about it and so much, like, you know, clamoring over it and stuff like that. I guess maybe once a community develops with it or whatever, and more people are starting to play it, it might be a little bit more fun to sink the teeth into with it. But overall, for what the game is, I think it was like, what, about $20 to play this game, to download it from the eShop. I don't know if it's probably cheaper to actually just get the original one, but I don't know if you're even still able to play online on that. So if you want to play a game that you grew up playing that's re-released now with online support, because I don't think the Xbox original has any online support anymore, 20 might be a little steep, but I'm sure that there's enough of a fan base that feels that that's worth it. To me, 20 is an okay price. I mean, it's a Star Wars game, and you, sure enough, you're going to get some fun and playability out of it. So I don't know. Me personally, I think I would rank Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, overall about a 7.5. I don't know. It just feels that the multiplayer kind of was a little disappointing to me, but overall it feels still like a good game as far as the single player and all that goes. So maybe I'll sit down, play a little bit more multiplayer with it or not. I don't know. But that's it. Thanks, guys, as always, for watching the videos, for subscribing. Don't forget to comment down below, guys. Let's throw some engagement this way. Like, dislike. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and may the Force be with you. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.